This video is brought to you by the Bagel Spot. Now, I'm not sure if it's just me, but I'm so tired of paying an arm and a leg for some food, and the food only get me full for 2 seconds, yet along the whole day. That is the issue right now. Gas is $5. Who wants to waste their money? Listen, if you're going to pay $10 to $20 for something to eat, you might as well go to the Bagel Spot. They're going to get you full. They have amazing customer service, and then in addition to that, too, the bagels are amazing. Listen, I'm telling you right now, if you are a real bagel or sandwich lover as a whole, the Bagel Spot is the place that you need to be. They have every type of bagel that you could think of, every type of bread that you could think of, amazing customer service, amazing ambiance, and guess what? They're already located in Metro Detroit as it is now. So get up right now off of your bed, go on their Instagram, figure out what you want to go eat, and go ahead there right now. And when you get there, tell them Trey sent you. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Trey Jerome. If you are new here, on this channel, we talk everything social, political commentary, and of course, story times. And that's exactly what I'm smack you dead in the face with. How are you doing? How are you doing? Whatever you are doing right now, stop, drop, and roll. How are you doing? Are you okay? Are you alive? Y'all be in the comments. I love the story times, this, that, and the third, which I'm so appreciative. I love when y'all do that. I love all of that. I love the love. But I want to know about y'all. How are y'all? Who graduating college? Who getting fucked on? Who nigga cheating? Y'all not giving me the tea. Y'all not giving me nothing. What's going on? I feel like out of this relationship between me and y'all, I'm the only one that's making effort, and it's starting to hurt my feelings. Get in the comments right now. Tell me something. Did the kids start walking? What is going on? Y'all know I love to know about y'all lives. Thank you, and I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm not about to beat around the bush in any way, shape, or form. I already know we got a sponsor video. Y'all ready to get to it, so let's get motherfucking to it. But before I do that, like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell right now. We at 11,000 followers right now. Let's get to about 20. That's the goal this month. 15K, but I think we could probably do 20. So listen, right, while all of this is going on, y'all, right, because I left off where we basically found out that Trevon and David was the same person. Okay, bitch, listen. So, I already told y'all that Trevon daddy was a big dope boy. Now, but I really didn't. I added a little bit how I knew his daddy. So, I used to have this auntie back in the day growing up. We gonna call her Nene. Nene was a bitch who lived way above her means. Was not fly in any way. Was not rich in any way, shape, or form, but was fresh as hell, okay? Bitch living in Brightmoor in the projects with Gucci boots, with the Gucci coat, with the Gucci glasses, and it was real. Balling, bitch. I'm talking fresh as hell. This, that, and the third, dealing with the biggest drug dealers in the city, out of whoop whoop. Bitch lived a nice life, had a nice body. I think she had got her body done, was a pretty girl. Chocolate, bitch. You already know how that shit go. And them niggas loved her, bitch. But I tell y'all, she used to be so motherfucking fresh, y'all. Buffs on, iced out. She was the first girl I ever seen with the heart buffs on, but they was iced out, like the rims was iced out, everything fresh as hell. But the bitch lived in the projects. Okay, she lived way above her means. She was a bum. Do you know what I'm saying? House always dirty. Kids dirty as hell. Kids never kept up in any way, shape, or form. Out of woo woo. And one of her biggest tricks was Trevon daddy. Now, Trevon daddy was a getting money nigga. I already told y'all that. Had the whole Midwest on lock from what the streets was saying. This nigga was getting money. This nigga was on some power shit. Do you hear me? That nigga had cartel connections, mafia connections. That nigga was in with the Jews. That nigga he got a lot of love in the hood, or whatever the case may be. So when he got shot, or whatever the case may be, it was like a shocker to everybody. But I always tell people in the hood, the first nigga to get shot is the first nigga that everybody love, because that's the nigga that everybody envy too. Get what I'm trying to say? So when all of that happened, Trevon family did fall off, but I didn't think it was that bad to the point where he needed to work a job. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand. In the streets, your reputation means so much, right? This is one of the biggest drug dealers that Detroit have ever seen, and his son is working a job. But it also kind of spoke to his character as a whole, because that tells me right along, nigga, it's easy for you to get a pack. Niggas gonna front you a pack just off the strength of who your daddy is. The thing is, what a lot of people don't understand is the concept of street nepotism. See, street nepotism works like this, okay? You sell dope, I'm your kid, out of woo woo. While all of this is going on, this, then the third, I may not have real credit, but I got street credit. And I can go into most trap houses and get a brick. I can go in most trap houses and get what the fuck I need. Out of woo woo. It just gagged me to see him working a job. So it was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to hustle. Boom, out of woo woo. So listen, while all of this is going on, I'm taking this information in, because when Lex is telling me this, I just can't fucking believe it. Bitch, I'm gagged. Do you hear me? Gagged. Gag. So I'm like, okay, bitch. While she's saying this, she like, I get off in a couple hours, this, that, and the third. Where you gonna be? I'm like, Meet me at my little coffee shop. I can't say the name of the coffee shop because I go to this coffee shop still. Meet me at this coffee shop, outta woo woo, and we gonna chop it up there, y'all. We met up and we chopped it up. So I'm like, what's what? Like, do you like him? This, that, and the third. She like, hell no, I'm not fucking with no snitch ass nigga. This, that, and the third. I'm about to cut ties with this nigga ever since I found out he on witness protection. Outta woo woo, which make the most sense because first thing, I don't know. In our lifestyle, the worst thing that you want to be is a snitch. That's the worst thing that you want to be associated with as a whole. And I tell people all the time, the reality of it all is life is associated. You never know where life gonna take you, if that makes sense. So imagine having a baby by a snitch. Imagine a nigga cheating on you and he a snitch. Imagine a nigga being a horrible person and he a snitch. Imagine a nigga giving you something and he a snitch. It's like, bitch, you can fall for any type of nigga, but a snitch though? Come on now, that's horrible. So I'm telling this bitch, I'm like, listen, don't do it, this and the third. She like, I know. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all, when she's saying this bitch got a little twinkle in her eye. She got a little, so I'm looking at the bitch, looking at me, we looking at each other. I'm like, okay, so what we about to do? You know what I'm saying? So she like, I'm not gonna lie, friend, I just want to try it. I said, try what? She like, I just want to try that thing. I said, try that thing. She like, she want to try that thing. I'm like, friend, you wanna? She like, yes. I'm like, okay, so what you gonna do? She like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I might give him some, just this, that, and the third. I said, why? She like, because it's so big. Bitch, it's so big. B-I-G? Like, she like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, you keep talking about this, that, and the third. Show me a picture. I'm not exaggerating. Y'all. That motherfucker started from right there to his kneecap. Like, it was gigantic. And she was like, I want to try it, this, that, and the third, out of whoop, whoop, blase, blase, boom. And I'm like, bitch, okay, well, if you try this, that, and the third, you got to leave it one time. And she like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, all right, friend, boom. Y'all, so me and my friends got this thing where sometimes we had like little tapes or whatever the case may be, and we had shown them to each other. Is that weird? Tell me in the comments, is that weird? So anywho, y'all, I get a motherfucking text in my phone one day like, bitch, I ain't gonna lie to you, I did it. I said, what? She like, yeah. I said, bitch, stop lying. She like, I'm so serious. So I'm thinking she playing this whole time, y'all. She fuck around, send me the video. So she sent me the video, this, that, and the third. Y'all, that shit looked like I'm not trying to be funny. It looked like some shit I see on Twitter. Put it like that. That motherfucker flipped her upside down, had her on the headboard, banging her head against the wall, pinning her up, doing a little thing, y'all. They did some type of move where she was, I can't do it because I'm in this little glass thing, but she was like, had her legs up. He was on top of her, like, but he was like facing this way and she was facing that way. So, like, she was like, okay, you see how my phone is? She was like this and he was like this, but his thing was like this, but her head right here, his head right here. It was very, very entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, that motherfucker knew what he was doing. She was not lying. And I saw the whole thing from top to bottom, out of whoop whoop, blase blase boom. So I'm like, bitch, so you and him going together, this, that, and the third. She like, no, it's just he know what he doing. And I'm like, wait, bitch, you told me he was like paralyzed and all of this, that, and the third. I'm like, did he ever leave the shop? She like, the home? She like, no. So I go back and look in the video, y'all, they done fucked in the goddamn nursing home. Bitch, they done fucked in the nursing home. You done sat up there and hunched on this boy in the nursing home? Oh, you going straight to hell with gasoline drawers on the expressway ticket too. You foot dragging, asthma pump, chin built. Bitch, why would you do that? So then she talking about, so it's so good though. We be sneaking around. It's just gonna be our little thing out of woo woo. That's the problem, y'all. So he was in there for about a month, this, that, and the third. She literally said every day they was hunching. Like, every day on break, she would get done, or before she would go to work, she would come in early, get her little 1-2 out of whoop whoop, because she worked on, like, the 5th floor, and he was on, like, the 2nd floor. And so she literally could, like, go into work. You know, she got her badge, this, that, and the third, and nobody would know she was there. And so it was, like, very, very smart, this, that, and the third. So they literally used to be in there cracking, okay? So while all of this is going on, I'm telling her, like, you fucking on the snitch, this, that, and the third, out of woo woo. And she kind of get mad at me. She like, you keep bringing up here snitch, I don't give a fuck, this, that, and the third, out of woo woo. This, like, I'm going to keep doing what I want to do. I said, okay, bitch, you do you. You know what I'm saying? Out of woo woo. But you know, if a nigga a snitch on his people, or whatever the case may be, you already know, you know, he a snitch on you or he a trade on you. So this bitch like, okay, whatever the case may be. So I asked her straight up, I'm like, do you even know how he snitched? I'm like, do you know what was the situation? She like, bitch, no. So I'm like, so you don't know who he snitched on. You don't know who he into it with, who he beefing with, who looking for him, none of that. She like, no. So I said, you don't think we should try to figure it out? She like, no. I said, no, bitch, we do. Before you be with this nigga somewhere or somebody coming that goddamn nursing home looking for his motherfucking ass and they think they looking for Lex and they really, and they think they looking for him or they find him and bitch, you with him and they pow you. And for all my young girls out there that's listening and you dealing with these street niggas, understand that you taking a risk. When you get in his car, you riding around, y'all riding around out of woo woo, understand that if they shoot that car up, they gonna shoot you too. If they come in that house and they pop out everybody in the house, you are bound to get pow too, bitch. Wanna know why? Because they not gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty, let me not kill her. No, pow, you dead, night, how? You get what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where I tell my young woman, be very cautious. So she like, all right, well, let's figure it out. So, y'all, we looked the name up, because she had his real name on the thing. And we looked the name up and this, that, and the third. I'm like, that's not his real name, out of woo woo. So she like, okay, well, what's his real name? I said, I never knew his last name. Or whatever the case may be. I said, it's Trevon something. I said it's something with an S. So I'm trying to figure out my auntie, because my auntie that I'm talking about, her and my mama fell out years ago. So I haven't talked to her in years. So I'm damn near ready to find her fucking Facebook and ask her. So she like, wait. Let me try to figure it out. This, that, and the third, out of woo woo. So I guess when she go fuck him or whatever the case may be, she want to do like some role play. And she was like, Mister, what's your last name? And don't give me the one on the paper. And that's how she got his last name. We're gonna say his last name was Smith. So she like, Trevon Smith, this is his real name, this, that, and the third. She ended up coming back the next day. She found it out of woo woo. So when she found it out, y'all, we started looking up everything. So he got a street name. His street name was Snake. I know. So, bitch, his street name was Snake or whatever the case may be. So we like, I'm like, I ain't never heard of a nigga named Snake. So she like, listen, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? You know who the fuck his daddy is. He know how to move around in the streets. He know how to be low key. And by the way, his daddy was also very, like, you couldn't, well, I don't know. I never tried. But if you look his daddy, you would have to be in the streets. Let me not make it seem like I was in the streets, but you would have to be around that shit to know who his daddy is. This ain't nobody that you gonna look up in. You know what I'm saying? So she like, his daddy taught him how to move, you know, like this, that, and third, out of woo. Bitch, we end up finding out on this nigga. Bitch, it got messy. So let me tell y'all, bitch. So basically what end up happening is we start looking his name up. So we found out his little Snake, his little Instagram name. And so his street name was Snake. And his Instagram was, let's just say it was Lil Snake or some shit like that, right? No. I forgot what the fuck was his Instagram name at the time. The only reason why I feel comfortable telling y'all is because ain't nobody gonna find this out. It was like, Get It Done Snake. It was something like that. Get It Done Snake. It was something messy like that. So y'all, when we get there or whatever the case may be, out of whoop whoop, bitch, we start finding out all of the tea, all of the lore. And basically what had happened was his mama, when his daddy died, his mama was the one who was running shit. So we like, what the fuck, or whatever the case may be. I'm like, who the fuck is his mama? So we couldn't figure that shit out for forever until we end up finding out his mama. His mama was black, but she was African. And her real name was Naomi. And so I'm like, I ain't never heard of a bitch named Naomi until she sent me the picture. Now, when I was real younger, or whatever the case may be, out of whoop whoop, my mama used to be in a lot of fight with some hoes. And one day, or whatever the case may be, my mama had got stabbed in the eye with a key in the bar, or whatever the case may be. And when this all happened, you know, the whole hood was talking about it, and they was like, yeah, your mama told that hoe up, this, that, and the third, out of whoop whoop. And I remember my mama saying to me specifically, she said, I'll call Naomi on this bitch right now. Get this bitch head cut off. And I said, who the hell is Naomi? And everybody looked at me crazy. And so I remember like her and growing up, I heard that name, this, that, and the third, but I never knew it. And for a lot of y'all that did not grow up in the streets, you ain't grow up around a fast life, if a woman is running shit, she's ruthless, flat out, because women have to be in that lifestyle, because women have to get their respect and they have to go 10 times harder to earn their respect. So the shit that a male, let's say drug boss or kingpin may give you grace on, or queen pin is not in any way, shape, or form. Prime example, Griselda Blanco. She not giving nobody grace. She literally has killed, they said she killed her husband. You know what I'm saying? So that ladies in the nightlife, ladies in the streets, ladies in the fast life, they not giving nobody grace in any way, shape, or form by any means. So I'm like, okay, well, I heard that name before. I said, but I don't really know the bitch. This, that, and third. I never knew who she looked like out of woo woo. So I go in the kitchen one day and I get to talking to my mom. I'm like, Mom, remember when you got into that fight, this, that, and the third? That lady, you was like, you would call that lady Naomi, this, that, and the third. She was like, yeah, I ain't seen her in a while though, but that was my dog. Back in the day, we used to get out and do what we had to do, hustle with each other, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, oh, like you got her like Facebook or something? I said I never knew who she looked like, but it's this lady that I saw at the nail salon. Her name was Naomi. She said she looked like you. I said how she look? I said she was like dark skin, just giving a fake description. She's like dark skin. She was like real put together. She was like, that's probably her. I said, what is she? My mom was like, what did she have on? I said, I forget. I said, but I know for a fact she had like on some Louboutins, I think. And she was like, oh, she was like, that's definitely her. She said that's all she wears, Louboutins. I said, what you mean? She said everything, like all of her shoes since they was like in high school has always been Louboutins. And I said, really? She said, yeah. She said, my mom said she started way back with the booster shit back in the day. So she always been a fly bitch and just kept herself up. But my mama said, I ain't gonna lie, that bitch getting money now. She got like contracts and all type of shit. And my mama was making it seem like she went legal. And so I'm like, oh, well, what's her business page? So we end up getting a business page, bitch. Ooh, I'm on some detective business shit now. So I end up getting the business page, is then the third. And when I end up looking up the business page, let's just say it was 123 Cleaning ABC. So I look at the business name, this, then the third. Why the fuck her business name was being investigated on the news for money laundering? So I'm like, oh, these people in some real shit. Because what people do not understand is in the streets, people always be like, why, these drug dealers don't do something with their money out of whoop whoop. A lot of these niggas are scared to do something with their money. Because let's just say I'm making $100,000 a month. If I'm putting that $100,000, the moment I put my drug money into even buying a house, the moment I put my drug money into a business, investing it in real estate, buying cars, clouds, a commercial property out of whoop whoop, all of that, that becomes a RICO. And not only can they just indict me off of that, they can indict my whole crew off of that. You get what I'm saying? So she was literally facing a RICO charge and she beat it. Now, for anybody who don't know, a RICO charge is the hardest charge to beat, flat out. It just is. Like, it kind of speaks volume to how incompetent our criminal justice system is, but that's a story for another day. But a RICO charge is the hardest charge to beat. When the feds hit your ass with a RICO, you going to jail, but she beat the RICO. So I'm like, God damn. And I'm like, she still got her company too. I'm like, that's fucking hard to come back from, or whatever the case may be. So she like, yeah, she always been bounced back, or whatever the case may be. My mama like, why you trying to get like a mentorship for her or something like that? I'm like, no. I just saw her and I just wanted to know. So anywho, y'all, I go back and I tell Lex, I'm like, Lex, bitch, I found this out about his mama, this, that, and the third, out woo woo. And I showing Lex the picture. She like, damn, that's crazy as fuck. She like, I ain't know his family was all in all of that. I'm like, bitch, his daddy is that, and the third. Whole time, y'all, Lex was thinking his daddy. Y'all remember in my story time where I was talking about Bebe? She thought that was his daddy. And I'm like, no, bitch, that's not his daddy. So when I told her who his daddy is, she was like, what the fuck? I never knew that. I'm like, yeah, bitch, that's his daddy. Out of woo woo. So all of this is going on, y'all. We basically trying to figure it out. Like, we trying to put two and two together. We end up figuring out that this nigga stole $300,000 from his mama. And then after his mama went and searched for him, or whatever the case may be, she beat his ass real bad. I guess the police found out about it, this, then, the third, and the feds got him to flip on his mama. Now, here's the thing that I always tell people. Once you beat the feds ain't gonna stop coming. So not only was they trying to hit his mama with a motherfucker RICO, allegedly his mama had pow an officer. We already know how that go. They could kill 1 million of us. You can't touch one of theirs. You know what I'm saying? So we like, okay, bitch, well, what the fuck happened? So apparently he was giving them information and he had a video on his phone about the whole situation. So he literally had documentation, a videographic documentation indicting his mom. And he was giving that to the feds. Now, me personally, that ain't respectable as a whole. Y'all already know how I feel about snitching, but snitching on my family is something I just can't do. I'm sorry. So I'm like, bitch, I'm like, well, like how we know this true, like how we know this just not he say she say in the streets, because a lot of times what we do in the, well, not what we do, but what people do in the streets is they try to make it seem like such and such a snitch, when the whole time your mama telling you, hey nigga, they gonna hit you with this 10 years, tell on me, I do the 15, you go home, you do your 5 and go about your life. That happens a lot. God forbid, I don't want to speak that over my life or anybody else, but that's just that happens a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how we know this not like, nah, he say, she like, shit, I don't know. She like, but this shit too messy, this too much. So I have a it'll always go back to me. I got a friend who I stopped talking to. Yeah, I got a friend who I stopped talking to. We gonna call him Rob, okay? Rob, do what his name is, you know, or whatever the case may be. And he robbed people, this, that, and the third, out of woo woo. And, you know, basically, Rob the type of nigga, you ask him what he do, he say he do what it takes, if that makes sense. So he love dibble and dabble and everything, but really his main play is, you know, hitting legs, this, that, and the third, out of woo. But that's why I stopped talking to him. But Rob also one of the messy ass niggas that know everything in the streets. You ask Rob, who is this nigga down the street in this Rolls Royce? He be like, who? That's Junebug. He from da da da. Like he one of them niggas. So I'm like, Rob, you know who this nigga is? Out of woo woo, blase blase, boodle ba ba ba. He like, no, I don't know who this is, this, that, and the third. I'm like, so did you ever figure it out? He like, send me a picture. So I sent him a picture. He like, that nigga name, he like, yeah, I ain't know that's who we talking about, that Snake, this, that, and third, because we kept saying Trayvon, because he was going about Trayvon, so we just said that. He was like, that Snake, that's such and such son. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, well, Rob, have you ever, like, you know, dealt with him, this, that, and the third? He like, no. He like, but that nigga hiding out low. He like, why, you fucking with that nigga, you know, trying to be messy, talking, you fucking with that nigga or something, this, that, and the third, you know, you cheating on me, this. I'm like, no. He like, Rob, he like, Trey, he like, I ain't gonna lie, that ain't the nigga that you need to be riding around with, even if you is doing it, you don't want to tell me. I said, why you said that? He said, that nigga got 150 racks on his head. Hold on. New house, new car, new life, clear credit, ass big, body done, Miami living for the next couple years. I could do that. I said 150,000. 150,000. Do we really care about this nigga that much though? Do we? So I'm telling her like, yeah, bitch, like we should really sell this nigga name, but I'm just playing though. I'm not really, y'all know I ain't that type of person. So she like shit, I'm not playing. I think we should really do it. I'm like, no, don't do no shit like that. I said, because here's the thing, that's his mama at the end of the day. This some family shit. This ain't really that thing. I said, that girl ain't never gonna forget whoever come to motherfucking kill her. I said, and on top of that too, we don't know who this bitch is for real, what she capable of, and what all she got on her motherfucking side, bitch. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how calculated these people is, what they do, how they move, out of woo woo. You know, God forbid, child. So while all of this is going on, she like, listen, we not gonna do that. She like, I'm not gonna do that, this, that, and the third. I'm about to just stop talking to him. He in too much. So about a month got past, this, that, and the third, out of woo woo. She had called me over, because we was going to like this nice little event or whatever the case may be. Our homegirl, we gonna call her Nene. Nene had like this event that she wanted us to go to, and afterwards she was like, yeah, just come over. My God damn, who is she? Got a anywho, good God Almighty, good Lord, there's some beautiful people walking down Detroit, child. Oh my Lord. Anywho, so while all this is going on, we walking around. We go to the party. After that, she like, come to my crib or whatever. Cause maybe I'm like, no, bitch, you live too far out, y'all. That bitch living like motherfucking Clarkston and all of that. I'm like, girl, I'm not going out there. She like, no. She like, I got a new apartment. It's in Rochester. I'm like, it's in Rochester. What the fuck you mean it's in Rochester? She like, yeah, I got this new apartment. It's in Rochester Hills. She's like, it ain't nothing crazy, this, that, and the third. Trust me, you gonna like it. Out woo woo. And I'm like, all right, bitch, whatever. So we go to this apartment, y'all. Apartment nice as fuck. I'm like, bitch, how the fuck you get this? This nice as hell. Woo. So I go in there, I'm chilling. She like, Trey. Everybody know one thing about me, I can make Alfredo. She like, Trey, can you make me some Alfredo? I'm like, bitch, bet. So I get on that stage. I get on the, not on the stage, but I get in the kitchen. I'm cooking my Alfredo, doing my little whip. You know, putting a little season, a little slap your mama, a little outta whoop in there. I get in there, whatever the case may be. And while I'm doing that, or whatever the case may be, this nigga walk out of the bag. So I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, he ass naked. Like, he runs to the bathroom real quick. So I dropped my knife over there to kiss me because I'm like, I know this ain't what the fuck I just saw. So I'm like, I call her. I'm like, Lex, sis, you know what somebody in that motherfucking, in this motherfucker house? She like, bitch, you know who that is. And I said, who? And I guess he heard the conversation. He like, Trey, this Trevon. I said, huh? He like, this Trevon. So I go in there, I bust in the bathroom, Lex in there, not bust in the bathroom, I bust in the room, Lex in there, motherfucking laid up, got her little satin robe on, she like, Trey, chill out, this, that, and the third, outta, woo, like, it's not that big of a deal. I said, bitches, you motherfucking stupid, you know what he involved in, this, that, and the third. She like, listen, if y'all don't want to be around this, you ain't got to, but I really like him, this, that, and the third. We about to duck off. We about to run away. We about to go see the city, this, that, and the third. Outta, woo. I said, bitch, you putting yourself in danger and me. And off the strength of that, I can't fuck with you no more. She like, listen, she like, it's not that deep, Trey, this, that, and the third. Outta, woo. Bitch, yes, it is that motherfucking deep. Because if they come and get him right now, bitch, we all about to die. And I don't play about my motherfucking life. If I didn't care about my life, do you know how much motherfucking money I would be making right now? Do y'all know how rich I would be right now if I said, fuck it, I'm willing to die? Bitch, I will be paid, P-A-I-D. But I want to live a safe, healthy life. So I'm not about to sit up here and risk my motherfucking life for a nigga that I'm not even fucking. Whatever the case may be. Y'all, while all of this is going on, he comes standing behind me, y'all. Dick just hanging. Nah, I'm sorry to put so much emphasis on that, but it's just, it was so big I couldn't believe it. Like, I thought that shit was like edited, like in the video. No, it's really to his knee. Like, I've never seen no shit like that. And so he like, my bad, bro, my bad. Nigga, ain't no my bad. Get your ass out my motherfucking face. So I walk out and I'm still staring at it as I'm walking away. I got him. Motherfucker got about 50 veins on it. It's like a big ass Snickers. But I'm walking away. It's down to 30. And on top of that, too, he light skinned. And it's so black. Okay, anywho. So while all of this is going on, I get my shit, whatever the case may be. And I block that bitch because I'm not about to deal with that. Out of woo. One day, I'm on a motherfucking couch, sitting there, scrolling on TV, out of woo. And I turn on the news. And I see this bitch all over the motherfucking news. This, that, and the third. Not her, him. Such a 8-year-old boy is killed out of whoop in Detroit, Michigan. Police are still investigating it. This, that, and the third. Immediately, I call Lex. Lex, you okay, bitch? What's going on? Out of whoop. Is you okay? Is everything going good? This, that, and the third. Are you okay? Bitch, I'm good. But she sounds sick as hell. I said, Alexis, you okay? What's going on? She like, bitch, I'm at Sinai Grace. Come get me. So I'm like, all right, here I come, bitch. I go flying. At the time I was leaving Northville, I literally go flying to Sinai Grace. I go up there, this, that, and the third. I'm feeling so bad because the last time we started talking, everything going bad, this, that, and the third. Her whole family there when I pull up, they like, Trey, she doing good. She doing better now, but she been in surgery for the last 2 days. Out of woo. Blase, boom. While we sitting there, or whatever the case may be, her face come on our nose. Bitch, what? They like, the police is looking for this girl. This, that, and the third. Out of whoop. Blase, boom. So while we sitting there, whatever the case may be, she like, listen, I need my story to be right. I need my alibi. I need you to be there. I'm like, now, I usually don't do stuff like this, but let me tell y'all how I just got scammed. Everybody know I love me a good bagel now. So it only makes sense that I go to the bagel spot. Trying to keep it cute with this young man because his knuckles were shaped like stop signs and I didn't want no problem. Now, what you're seeing is me telling him, yo, do not go overboard. I'm on a diet. The bagel was the very first red flag. The size of it reminded me of my auntie ankles. And he put 1, 2, and 3 cheeses on there with some steak. Oh, but Lord. The customer service was so amazing, I couldn't even say no. It would have been illegal. Look at all that juiciness hopping on top of that bagel. I couldn't resist. Let me stop lying. That thing was hotter than a Panther's. Oh, then he got to cutting it up. I said, oh my God, this not gonna work. Bible rejects temptation. Oh, Lord. I was big and bad. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, right? Wrong. That damn bagel was so goddamn good, y'all. Almost made me want to slap my mama. But I couldn't do that because her hair already little, y'all. Then to add fuel to the fire, they gonna give me an extra bagel with some extra cream cheeses, and you know I had to try them. I'm convinced everything here fire. Y'all, then as I'm leaving out, he gonna give me 2 muffins to go home with. I'm finna sue. I'm like, girl, I'm not about to sit up there and take the fall for you. Ada, woo, woo, blase, blase, boom. I'm not about to play with you. This not is what I'm about to do. She like, all right, well, this is what we gonna do. She was like, I need you to leave. She was like, I'm gonna be straight. This, then a third. Y'all, why the fuck they end up trying to pin the charges on her, but they did not. They did end up getting her like some type of camera of her drug trafficking, but she ended up telling a whole operation and what was going on, this, then the third. She got 2 years in boot camp, and she got 2 years in boot camp, but they only giving her 6 months, and she about to get out, I think, before the summertime. Or no, after summer. So it's crazy. But I just was on the phone with her the other day, and she was like, bitch, she was like, it's so hard in here. She's like, these bitches keep picking with me, this and the third. I said, what's going on? Y'all, I went to go see her. The bitch had a cut on her face. I said, you know what? This is too much. But that brings us to an end of this story time. As always, y'all know y'all are more than welcome to come here. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Care about y'all. Thank y'all. Be safe. Tell me what y'all thought about the story time, and we got more to come, so be ready, bitches. Be safe, y'all. Oh, and go watch my fucking vlogs. What y'all doing? Go watch my vlogs. The fuck them, that shit ain't up here for motherfucking decoration. Go watch them. Learn more about me. You know, love y'all. Be safe. Have a good one.